This week on Local Girl. Who the actual fuck are Jake and Gia, and why are we here?
I don't know.
Right, me neither.
I don't know who I am.
I don't know who I am either. Every iconic international superstar started off as a local girl.
Local Girl is a podcast with your favorite gay son, Jake the Snake.
And thought daughter Gia Giselle. For every diva
Daddy.
or baddie.
Who's a star in their club, town.
Or deepest delusion.
Ooh, yeah.
Fuck. Oh yeah,
Work.
okay, cool. So anyways, not us starting a podcast, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Right? I'm like kind of gagged right now. Is my mic on?
No, it's not.
It's not on?
Where'd your little fucking condom go? They're new.
I know, right? They just have a mind of their own. I can't wait to
Ha!
the stars come alive. The boy is mine. Watch me take my time.
Where?
I am believe my eyes.
I guess people need to be convinced why we're having a podcast. If you
Probably.
listen to us for. Is your mic on?
Is it on?
Yeah.
Is the mic?
Is the mic on?
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Oh, I have lots to prove.
I know, me too. Mostly my parents.
Yeah, I
kidding.
don't talk to them.
Oh my gosh. I don't know him. Who the actual fuck are Jake and Gia and why are we here?
I don't know. Why are we here?
I don't know. Capitalism.
Yeah, honestly, just pay us so we don't have to do this
I
anymore.
know. If you hate this, please just give us so much money so you never see us again.
Yeah, what do they say? If you love the show, tip us $1. If you hate the show, tip us more so we don't have to do the show.
Exactly. Okay, anyways, let's get into the tear. Let's interview each other, right? So
this is a little segment we like to call What Was That? Where we break down the latest hot topics and all the pop culture moments people are talking about. I guess in this first inaugural episode, it'll be about us.
yes, honestly, I feel like, we're usually going to go through like the hot topics and stuff, but we
Right,
are the hot
right.
topics right now.
I'm also trying to gauge how much I should put on my radio voice or just like hang out.
Hang out!
Okay.
It's difficult though because I want to go femme, but when I get excited, I go down low.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
Really? Hi!
I go hi!
I know, everybody's like, wait a minute, this isn't the faggot I follow on Instagram.
Maybe this is a bad idea. My mouth is now open.
Oh my god, no, it's okay. Somebody's gonna love it.
I just continue to like.
Oh my god, honestly. That's where I met you. I met you at Beatchu Mondays on top of the bar. And you were always so sweet and you always made like the best videos for the girls. Like,
Well, yeah, as one should be sweet.
yes. Right? Most of the Go-Go's are, I love Go-Go's. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. He also does hair.
I used to do hair in another lifetime.
I know. Oh, thank you.
I've lived many lifetimes.
Is it giving Sabrina Massacre? That's what I felt like when I was putting this.
Low key.
Like, right?
Low key given Sabrina Massacre.
Little girl. Little girl.
Little
please,
girl.
Please, please. Okay. Jake,
Yes.
we're here.
Yes.
We're queer. I'm not used to it. Why? So how did you start performing? How did you get up on that bar?
Like, how did I get into go-going?
Yeah, like,
I got into go-going because I really needed a job before the pandemic. LA can be really difficult to get a job in. It's so hard to get a job right now anyway.
No, tea.
So I ran up and down Santa Monica Boulevard, all of like WeHo, Hollywood, Koreatown. I was living in West Adams at the time. Just giving my resume to anyone who would take it. And half the places like Pump asked for my headshot.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dead ass. And I said, I don't have that.
Is that illegal?
I don't know. I bet it's like Hooters in a way, where like
Yeah.
at Hooters you're technically cast as like an entertainer, so they can dictate like your appearance a little bit.
Yeah, they're like, do you want to be on the show?
Yeah, exactly.
Tea. Lisa, count your days.
I couldn't get a job, handed my resume everywhere, and I slid in the accounts of a bunch of bars and restaurants in LA. I used to serve and bartend back east in Boston, and
was that a hit?
let's start a new life. Bitch, the girls lived for that song. They felt so represented in that moment. They felt so seen and represented.
Oh my god, I used to love that song, and I've literally only been to Boston one time.
Yeah, it was fine.
Boston's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird place.
Yeah. So at the time, I was living on a couch in an office.
Oh my god.
Because I didn't have any money. And my stuff was in the garage of this office. It was fine. And then I would like have all my clothes in this closet and my like toiletries in the bathroom and have to like get ready and get dressed before like 7 a.m. every day, because then I would have to leave before like the people at that office like came into work, and then I have to stay out long enough.
Did they know you were there?
Yeah, like the person who owned the space let me stay there.
Oh, work.
But it was like, don't be seen. Okay. Kind of thing. So like I couldn't forget anything and come back in the middle of the day and get it.
Not a landlord that we actually like. Okay.
Yeah. It was low key a story for another time. She was low key part of like a money making cult that I somehow got involved in.
Wait, what?
And that was like a nice generous thing they did, was like give me a place to live, and then they like take advantage of people who are down on their luck.
Oh my god.
But anyway, so
Jake Lore.
Yeah. So this I got a reply back from like a party account. It wasn't even like officially for Precinct. I think it was for like Bear Bus or something. And it was like, oh, like someone canceled like this weekend. Like, do you go dance, right? And I was like, I don't even think I had a picture on my Instagram of me with clothes off. I know at this point.
I know. Go look now. Look now.
I know at this point I never even took my shirt off in public, because I'd been to underwear night at Fault Line with my friend Johnny and kept my shirt on. It was like the boy who keeps his like white t-shirt on at Water Country.
Oh, I was that girl.
Like, yeah, same.
Oh, I was that boy. I've had titties forever.
Right.
Forever.
Right.
Yes.
So I like would go to the underwear night and keep my shirt on up until this point.
Yeah.
So I stopped at Shishi LaRue's, bought a pair of Marco underwear. Shout out to Marco.
Girl, yes. Work.
And literally like just fudged it and did it once, and then they asked me to do it a few more times, and then it kind of took a break during the pandemic because everything was closed, and then after the pandemic it kind of popped off a little more.
How much money did you make that first night? Do you remember?
I mean, I think it was probably like $30, but like, oh my god, it was so much fun. I was so nervous.
Yes.
I wore white Skechers.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I live. Thank you for telling me all about that.
Of course.
But I know you so much more now.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting, and especially like the piece around just like, to me it shows me like that you're a fucking hustler. Like you were like, I'm gonna make it happen. Like.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. At that time, this is when I was starting to do hair. So I worked at the Apple store. I was in beauty school 3 days a week. And then I'd work at a salon only on Fridays as a receptionist. Apple on the weekends. And then I worked at Shishi LaRue's at night.
Oh, where?
Friday through Sunday.
Oh my god, and that's not even open anymore, right?
Yeah, it's Circus of Books now.
Oh,
it's a new circus. Anyway, that was like 50 million years long.
Oh my god, shut up. No, I love it. Thank you for the lore.
Oh yes. How did you get into performing?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, do you even do drag?
Sort of. I don't really consider myself a drag queen. So I'm a trans woman who does
queen of drag.
No, I don't even consider. No, I mean, no. I'm not that delusional. I'm delusional, but I'm not that delusional. I'm just a bitch who likes to put on makeup and clothes and like likes to feel like that girl. And for me, drag queens have always been that girl, those girls. Like I have loved drag since the first time I saw a drag queen in person, which I was like I think it was in 8th grade in Dayton, Ohio, because my dad was in the Air Force. And I took the bus downtown for Pride in Dayton, and it was raining that day, I remember. And me and my friend Philip were there. We were like both like, the gays, whatever.
It was raining that.
It was rainy, and I remember the drag queen, and I still remember her. Her name was Amaya Sexton. She did Rihanna Umbrella, and I was like mesmerized.
Umbrella in the rain?
Yes, in the rain, in a bob, and I was like, right when Rihanna was doing like Take a Bow, so it was like peak, like Rihanna's like that girl, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's so beautiful. And I remember seeing the like protesters, even though it was raining, they were just like, you're going to hell, and she was just so sweet and so nice. And I ended up buying like a rainbow bracelet. I like hid it in my house, and like I always like associated that bracelet with her. Anyways, so I love drag, but I didn't do drag until, and like I loved going to shows. I went to college, undergrad. I moved to New York City literally the weekend after I graduated undergrad. And once I had like an internship, I used to work in advertising, and so like I was like playing the role of like mask gay, like, and so I never really did
like business gay.
Like I'm gonna hustle my way out of like like being like queer.
Right.
And so I like would go see drag though all the time in New York. I'd go to Hell's Kitchen.
Well, yeah.
Go to
Wait,
the Monster.
what gay bars in New York?
Bitch, I would go to Boxers first. Boxers is the best fucking happy hour because they would have like these little cards and it'd be like buy one get one free.
What year is this? Paint us a picture.
Girl, okay, I moved to I'm like, should I say real numbers?
You don't have to.
Okay, I will.
Only because when I was I went to school in upstate New York, so I used to go to New York all the time, and my New York is like industry therapy.
But yes,
Splash.
yes, industry therapy.
The basement of Splash. Shout out to her. R.I.P.
Social club.
Bartini.
No, Bartini was gone.
Oh no.
For me, it was Boxers. They had the hottest dancers.
Oh, and the Ritz. I mean, like the Ritz is still there. The Ritz is that fucking girl.
Sure.
I miss her so
been
much.
Fucked up in the Ritz. I can tell you.
That the waiting for that line upstairs for that one little bathroom is actually the worst thing.
Yes, literally. No, bitch, and it was so hot in there. The Ritz is like it literally.
It's so hot.
Sauna. So it'd be so fucking hot. I remember like going to the Monster and like seeing Bob the Drag Queen like before Drag Race, Stonewall, like before Drag Race, and it was just like amazing. I remember being like, wow, like I've never seen so many gay people before in my life, and like successful gay people. Yeah. You know, and I feel like there's like a coming from Texas, I saw gay people, but it was always kind of at night at the club, and so to like go to New York and go see day drag and see like people living their full lives outside. I feel like it really influenced me to like be myself. But then also Brooklyn. Like I moved to Brooklyn and I was at like fucking this and that, like TNT, this and that, which is not even open anymore. Okay. But back in the day, it would literally be like Candy Muse and like fucking like Momo and like Aja, like just walking around, just like, you know, and that was before Drag Race. Like, so like I feel like everything in my drag is like super coded that. Anyways.
Is Barracuda still around, right?
I think it might. Yeah, I think Barracuda's still open.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I love New York. New York will always have my heart. So anyway, so I worked the whole corporate thing, and then I was like, oh, I want to change the world, and I became a teacher. Then the pandemic happened. And when the pandemic happened, it like really, I feel like it did this for a lot of people, right? Like it forced me to kind of confront like, what are you putting on and what are you actually, and like, if you were to die today or tomorrow, there was a moment, because you know, Fern was a nurse, I was a teacher, they closed the schools, and people were dying, and you know what's so crazy? What pushed me out of the closet, actually, was fucking Dave Chappelle.
Which closet?
The trans closet. Okay. Because I've always been like so visibly gay and visibly queer, but then the Dave Chappelle thing happened. Where remember he like did that whole like Netflix special.
Yes. And just the butt of the joke was the transness.
Yes, the butt of the joke was the transness, and it was actually a specific joke where it was like, oh, because his friend was trans and like trigger warning, but she like ended up killing herself, and he goes, that's when I knew that was a man, because only a man would have the balls to kill himself. And one of my closest friends at the time was like, oh, I saw that, and I didn't think it was a big deal. I feel like people were making a big deal out of it, and I hadn't seen it yet. But then once I watched it, I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be me. Like, if I was to die tomorrow from COVID, I'm gonna die, and they're gonna put me in that fucking like box, like not as myself, and like that freaked me out. So I literally read Janet Mock's book. I went home for winter break. I told my parents I was trans, and I was like, I'm about to start Moans. Came back, started Moans.
So you came out to your family like before the Moan journey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I was like, the next time you see me,
you're so sure.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna have titties. Like, wow. I had been sure though, Jake. Like, I had been sure for a long time, but I pushed it in the back of like, when I'm 50. Honestly, that bitch Caitlyn Jenner, when she came out, it made me like, I can do that too, to be honest. Because I'm like, everybody knew her before, and that's what freaked me out too, is I was like, everyone knows me as this, and now it's this. Like, I'm this. Girl, and so, shout out to community. At the time, I was doing a lot of mutual aid work, and that's the thing about like the trans community. The trans community shows up. It was during the pandemic. The girlies were out here doing fucking food drives. They were out here doing hot food. They were out here doing fundraising. They were raising cash. Like, all of them trans. All of them gender non-conforming. And most of them. Not all, but most. Girl, and so then, I came out the closet as trans. I like quit teaching. I got a job working at Shopify, remote. And Fern was like, I'm sick of this job. He quit his job. We moved to LA. My father stayed at the Palm. And then I got laid off from Shopify.
After moving to LA?
After moving to LA. I just signed our lease. So then I took some of my severance money and I bought shoes, draggy dresses, like clothes. Because at the time I didn't really even know how to do makeup. I'm still learning how to do makeup. Like I've never said that I was a makeup artist. No.
I didn't know you were wearing makeup.
Girl, this is actually how I woke up. And then I did,
Same.
Girl, Battle Babies. Shout out to fucking Billy Francesca.
I'm already insecure about the line on my neck.
Shut up. Let me see. There's a nasty line.
Is there?
No, there isn't. Wait, how do we know if Marta's calling, by the way?
I'm hoping it'll show up on my
Okay.
laptop.
She's been downstairs for 20 minutes.
Oh my god. This episode of Local Girl is brought to you by Serve Vodka.
Just like every sickening diva needs a stage, every baddie go-go needs a box, every perfect martini needs Serve Vodka.
Next time you're at your local bar supporting local drag, elevate your beverage with Serve Premium Vodka and support a brand by the divas for the divas.
For more info, visit servevodka.com. That's SERV vodka.com.
Content and product are for our fans who are 21 plus. Always serve responsibly.
Let's get back to the show.
This week on Local Girl, the local diva herself, Miss MARTA Beatchu.
She will. MARTA Beatchu, motherfucker.
Hold on!
The it girl of West Hollywood diva. The Peruana with the good pussy.
Wow.
Miss MARTA Beatchu.
I was gonna say the Peruvian princess, but
Period. Same thing.
yeah.
Let's bring her on.
Shall we?
Yes. Yes! Hi, Marta. Hello.
Oh, I traveled all the way from West Hollywood here.
Oh my gosh.
It was such a commute.
Did you get your penicillin on the way in?
I'm forever subscribed to penicillin.
Period.
They deliver it to me like prep.
We love subscription services.
I would like to add that at Snake Studios, this location is notorious at certain hours of the night for the ladies of the evening
Oh, yes.
to walk up and down and perform their business as
Sure
you
is,
should.
yes.
Sex work is work. Support local business.
Yes,
Boom.
and I might make some money after this. I might just do a little up and down.
Marta, tell us about your experience walking from your car to Snake Studios.
So I parked like 2 blocks down, and I walked up here, and I got stopped by like 3 people. One truck pulled right next to me, and I said, "Go away!" The other one just honked and just stared at me. And then someone on a bike was like, "Hey, mommy." I was like, "Okay, slay." I was
On a
like,
bike, sir?
Yeah, on a bike. On a bike.
2 wheels is crazy.
But you know what? He was wearing a helmet, so.
What?
Safety
Safety
first.
Yeah,
Safety first.
well, yes. You know what, Marta, it's what you deserve. Also, I feel like you are not in the gig unless you get stopped by at least 1 chaser, and 3 chasers that's gold level for me.
It's true. And lately I've been getting stopped a lot. I was like, what's happening? Am I like,
You're cunt.
am I Benjamin Button?
You're
You know?
cunt.
Am I? Okay, sure.
That's what's happening.
You started wearing makeup.
I started a new
Wait,
phase. Just some lip gloss.
Okay, yes.
Chapstick today.
Chapstick.
Yeah,
Just a
he
bit.
got some
Just some
chapstick.
glitter.
Absolutely.
Same.
Thank you too for having me here.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I have a confession. This
Retell.
is my first podcast.
We are.
Which is a damn shame.
So
That's a damn
this is
shame.
an exclusive. This is my first. Can you believe that?
Gail Weathers reporting.
Live.
Literally.
Marta Beatchu's first podcast.
And it's taking you and you two are the lucky two.
I feel so grateful.
You are the chosen ones,
Oh,
like
I'm so
Mona
grateful.
Lisa.
We got you on the couch. We might as well ask you some motherfucking questions.
Okay.
now. So, first and foremost, I'm curious, how did you start performing? Like, what was the first time you hit a stage? What was your name?
My name was actually Marta Beatchu.
Oh, word.
But I've been performing since like high school and when I first moved out here when I was 18. Because I was in theater
Mhm.
and then I did acting out here before I discovered MARTA. MARTA wasn't more until I turned 31.
Really?
Can you believe that? Yeah. And the reason was because I got sober at 30 and then I waited a year to do anything that was like crazy or like anything fun, but during that year I went to like sober events and they had drag shows, they had amateur competitions, they had the best in drag show which I had friends doing it, and I was like, I want to do that. And I was like, I'm gonna do that. So the first time I ever did a pageant, I placed last and I lost. And I was like,
But baby, you entered the pageant.
I was like, listen, no, I got something here. So I kept going and then here I am, 13 years later. But the first song I ever did was Fame, because I wanted people to remember my name.
I wanna live forever.
Ha!
Yes. Oh my gosh. Where did you get MARTA Beatchu?
Okay, so my friend, he used to work for a TV production, and I was like, "What is my name? What is my name?" And he first gave me MARTA Beatchu. He's like, "It's a play on words with Machu Picchu," but I'm like, oh my gosh, she just light bulb. Light bulb. Yes, because Machu Picchu is the 8th wonder of the world, and so am I.
Okay, bitch.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, that's how I got it.
Oh my god, I'm 2 years old.
Yeah.
Wow, you learn something new every day.
Exclusive.
That's fucking good.
But a lot of people don't get that that's where my name came from. But anyways, he had said, let's call you Martha Beatchu, like it rhymes with Machu Picchu, and I was like, okay, but no H, I'm not white. It's
Period.
Right.
So I was like, okay. So that was my first and only name.
Period.
Drag name.
We can roll our R's, Jake, can't we?
Sure can.
Martha.
I mean, in the studio, you
Martha.
better.
Si puedo.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, turn off the camera. We're gonna
Okay, in Espanol. We can switch over. Fuck yeah.
I have a question about your drag.
Okay.
So one of my favorite things about you as an entertainer is, in my opinion, you tend to hit when the iron's hot with your references. And I know I've told you that before. I mean, so I remember when I saw your Pearl performance, that movie just came out. The Substance performance is one of my favorites also. Where do you find inspiration for your references? How do you find the ability to do that with things that are so fresh and also like are what the people want to see?
I think the way my mind processes things is like, I'm one of those queens, even though I'm a much older in age and wiser queen. I like to stay relevant and I like to know my audience. So I don't like to stay complacent or stagnant in my drag. So if something comes out that I'm in love with or obsessed with and I relate to it, I'm like, okay, how do I do this? So I'll start off with like, let me get this outfit made, and then I'll like find what kind of story I'm trying to tell with this. I'll go through a couple edits of drafts of like the music. I'll hire my friend Josh Peace, usually does my mixes. So
Really?
yes,
Josh.
he always does my mixes for the most part, and I'm like, this is what I need. How can I make this work? And he's also one of those like talents that likes to say, what's the story here? So I think my mind just likes to keep it young and stay with my audience. That's how I like to do my drag performance, and I started a year after I turned sober, and next month I will be 13 years sober.
Congratulations. That's fucking incredible. Sober girlies.
Yeah.
I love you all.
I always tell people this because there's a version of me that a lot of people have not met. You know, I first moved out here when I was 18, like 2 days after I turned 18. There was a version of me that people knew when I first met out here because I wasn't out. Well, I'm from Virginia originally.
It's the South, baby.
Yes, so it's a little different out there. I mean, and then I moved out here, and then met some people, did some things. I was like, oh, okay, this is who I am. And then I was having fun in my 20s until I got sober. It was a little too much for me, and I was like, okay. And that's what I'm grateful for my sobriety, is because if it wasn't for that, there would be no MARTA. Can you imagine a life without me?
No. I really couldn't.
Not
Who would be
Not
bullying?
in my
Who would be bullying the girls?
career. You don't bully the girl.
Probably.
Oh, yes.
No, I cut that.
Starts crying.
She's like, what? She heard you.
Right.
She heard you. She's coming here right now. She's like, Jake. Even when I first started doing drag, like the first performance I ever did at the Abbey for a competition, I showed up with a shake and go bob, a sweater from Ross, some mom jeans, because I did Drew Barrymore from Scream, and nobody talked to me backstage. I came out of nowhere, and people did not say a word to me. Everyone was like all dressed in glamour, and they were like, I was like, okay, I was like, this is fun. But the moment I stepped on stage, and I had the crowd, those divas backstage came around the curtain to look at me perform because they're like, why is everyone clapping? Why is everyone going crazy for this? And then I remember it was Melissa B. Fierce who came backstage and said, you're a fucking performer. You're an entertainer. And I remember that. I don't know if she does, but it's so wild to me because no one really looked at me back then.
Maybe they thought you only spoke Peruvian.
Maybe.
Not
maybe.
Peruvian.
Who knows? But yeah, I don't know.
That's inappropriate.
Oh, that's not.
Monster.
Oh, I love a white monster.
Oh my god.
A
On
white
that note,
You want a white
Diva.
monster with a white monster?
we'll be right back after this tip spot. This episode of Local Girl is brought to you by Serve Vodka.
Just like every sickening diva needs a stage, every baddie go-go needs a box, every perfect martini needs Serve Vodka.
So next time you're at your local bar supporting local drag, elevate your beverage with Serve Premium Vodka and support a brand for the divas by the divas.
For more info, visit servevodka.com. That's SERV vodka.com.
Content and product are for our fans who are 21 and up. Always serve responsibly. Where we at? Okay.
Where my girls at?
From the front to back, I love it so much. Pull the hand up to my feet there. To the table, man, say I need it. The place up.
Oh, wow. And we're back.
You know the choreographer? Just imagine.
And we're back.
We're gonna go into a number.
And we're back.
And we're back. Oh, is my titty out?
Imagine.
He just was sitting straight.
Okay. Do they look good, girls?
I can't believe they're there.
Are they there?
They're really.
Do they look like bigger than they did before?
Yes.
Do they? Because
Yes.
in my head, I feel like they're just too small.
Oh.
Like, I want to go bigger.
Bitch, no.
Bigger. Anyways, this is a little segment we like to call Get the Fag on the TV. I'm watching that. TV, movies, and general bread and circuses. Okay, so what are the girls watching right now?
Yeah, what are you watching?
TV, movies. What's the last good thing you saw?
Okay, so the last thing I binge watched was Younger. You remember Younger?
Yes.
Of course. Oh my god.
So I was obsessed with that
H.
show.
Dove
Yeah, so
I
I was
know that
obsessed with
and
it.
Broadway icon Sutton Foster.
Yes.
Sutton's on that?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, it's such
Have you
a
seen
good
it?
show.
Okay, so
Oh my
I watched
God,
it when it
it's so
first
good.
came out, and I was like
Same.
obsessed. I was obsessed. I was like, I can't wait for the next episode. The next, and then,
That's her name, right?
and
Sutton
then,
Foster.
yeah. So-
Yeah.
and then I was like, what am I gonna watch on Netflix? And they have the entire all 7 seasons.
There's 7
It's great.
seasons?
And I watched it, and I was like,
It's
I
the
will-
best acting Hilary Duff's ever done.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
An actress,
yeah.
she is
You know, she's
someone.
Okay, but the thing about Hillary is she stood up for the gays before it was cool.
She sure did.
Remember the Don't Say Gay commercials?
I sure do.
Those were like life changing for me.
She's always on the right side. She even posted
Yes.
something recently. Oh, she was wearing a shirt that said trans rights are rights or something like that
See?
recently on her Instagram.
That's why I ride for the Duff. I love her. Honestly, I didn't appreciate her
Keep
back
a
in the
Duffy
day.
in this house.
I've always
Did you
been.
watch Lizzie McGuire?
Well, I did, but I was a Raven girl.
Do you know what
Oh.
today? Is Lizzie McGuire's only 2 seasons.
No fucking way.
Hello.
No way.
You know what?
Hello.
I did extra work on Lizzie McGuire.
Shut up.
Really?
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
I did.
Wait, tell everything.
I don't remember. It was such a long time ago.
Wow.
But, yeah. I did extra
We're
work.
like 12.
Shit.
I don't remember how. When did that show come out?
God.
It had to been 2000 because I only did extra work when I first moved out here in 2000, and the shows I did was Gilmore Girls,
Oh.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Oh.
Popular,
Oh, you were all over from
the
Stars
Lizzie McGuire
Hollow
show, yeah.
Shit.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I did all those shows.
Wow.
Any stories, like good or bad, like I love hearing diva stories. Like any divas on those.
Yeah, it was nice on set. We don't have to say.
I'll say I don't know if you. Let's just say the shows that I worked on, the main actresses were not the nicest. To anyone.
I believe it.
That
You're
sucks.
They were not the nicest, and I was so it was such a crazy experience because I was a fan watching it from like TV,
Yeah.
like at home, and I'm like, oh my god, I get to be an extra on this show, and I get to see them. They're so much tinier and skinnier in person than I know,
Oh, yeah.
and then they're just rude to everybody.
They're
like,
all teeny tiny too.
I was like,
all celebrities.
I was like, oh, you're not.
How tall are you? Out of drag?
I'm 5'7",
Okay.
but they're even tinier than me. And they're tiny. But a
You're
lot,
a small girl.
yeah. But a lot of the
Petite.
actresses on that show were not the nicest. They were like divas.
Sucks.
They were real divas.
Who are some of
Like,
the nicest celebs you've met?
You know who the nicest person is, and she's a sweetheart in real life, is Alexis Bledel.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
Gilmore Girls.
Shout out
She-
to her.
Yeah, she was the nicest. Like, she was like hi to everybody. She would come in prepared
Thank
with her,
fucking God.
with her lines
It's
and
not that hard.
everything. And I would say, out of all the people that I've met, probably she was like the nicest. I think it was just
Oh,
because
yeah.
that show was so new and like they're just so grateful to be there.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other divas. They had their moments.
They can be very fussy.
Yes, they can, especially the short ones. You know, everybody in Hollywood is 5'5".
Yeah, they're all teeny tiny.
Yes, and you're a big girl.
I'm a big bitch.
Jake, you're like 6'2".
I'm 6'3", 6'4" if I try.
Oh, did you play basketball?
I was like obese as a child. I was not playing sports.
I played basketball.
Did
I
you?
technically did play basketball.
Oh,
I was a
weird.
right guard.
Oh my gosh. You were dribbling the ball and shooting? I thought basketball too.
I just played rec.
I played basketball. And
Okay,
the funny
what-
thing is, you knew that I was like,
A couch of athletes?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Come on, varsity!
Yeah.
come on, sports!
Come on, sports!
Imagine we all have basketball shorts underneath. We're just like, okay, come on, 2-on-1.
Next segment, we're playing basketball.
2-on-1.
Yeah, us two against Jake. Yeah, girl against boy.
I've seen this movie.
Oh,
I've watched it too.
I
Shout out to X-Hamster.
I'm not ex-hamster.
Ever since I left Twitter, X-Hamster is like, where do you go? Where do you get your corn?
Twitter
Really?
or X, whatever.
I never
Mine is
got into it like that.
I will open mine up, and you will see it is just porn. I was like, what? I was like, okay.
Cornfields.
I was like, okay, great,
Honestly, Twitter, great corn.
good for porn.
Yeah.
Great corn.
Corn.com.
I don't know, I'm kind of like low-key an X videos girly, but all those porn sites now are just so fucking like commercialized. Like they're all clearly
Yes.
owned by one conglomerate, so it's all just all their subsidiaries advertised in like 8-minute to 12-minute clips all the time. And sometimes I just don't want something so produced.
Yeah.
I know. I hate.
It's
I
all
hate.
so glossy and shiny and well lit. Like,
And everyone's like
But-
shaved and waxed. And I'm
Yes.
just like, where's the hair?
where's the rough trade?
I love
Where's
rough
the-
trade. Sorry.
You know, I am walking distance from Tempo.
Really?
You love
Yeah.
Tempo.
Oh,
You
Bitch,
love
I love Tempo. Have you been to Tempo?
One time, I went to
I love
one
Tempo.
time, and I was like, and I think you warned me. You said you have to order in Spanish because if not, they will not serve you.
Oh,
And
nice.
I went there. Someone told me that they were like, you have to order in Spanish. You have to know what you're ordering because if not, they're gonna go to the next.
and it's cash only.
Yes, and I was like, okay. So I went there. I went with my friend. We went, and literally we got the bartender's attention, and literally they didn't know what to order, and they left. And I was like, oh. I'm like, this is what
She's
you're
right.
talking about. You have to know what you're saying and in Spanish. So I had to order from my friend because he didn't speak Spanish.
The tacos are so good up there.
The little outdoor patio is so cute.
The outdoor patios, it's always a taquero. I love
It's fun.
a Mexican boy.
And then on the weekends, I'm downstairs, you just have like couples dancing. And
Oh, I
He's there.
live.
He's there.
Oh, honestly, they would eat him up. Yum, 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 yum.
just a foot and a half taller than everyone in there.
Like, hey, what's the name?
It was really
I
that.
think
Hey, can y'all play Becky G?
You're like, I choose you.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, literally.
Yo,
That's my shit. Who's your celebrity crush?
my celebrity crush. Like,
Who would you risk it all for?
yes, you.
I didn't know if I should lean in or out, so I just chose to go
Her, she was like,
just to watch.
Not the scissor sister.
I don't know if I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, my crushes are just, I think my crushes are just all on the corn.
Any more hot topics?
The Oscars.
Oh, yes.
Who do you think's real? Mine?
Yeah.
Wicked.
Here you go.
The Substance. It's phenomenal.
It has to be the substance.
It's one of those movies where, and I did go to film school, believe it or not.
Yes.
So I love those kinds of movies, whether it's animated like Beauty and the fucking, whether it's animated like Sleeping Beauty or like The Substance, where you just pause it at any frame
Mhm.
and it's beautiful.
Yes.
Speaking of, wait, did you see this?
The storytelling, the
Did you see
foreshadowing.
that Barbie that came? Did you see that?
Oh,
Did you see
there's
that?
no
Yes,
fucking
I've seen
way.
it on, on that,
There's a
on that
substance
X.
Oh my god, look at the titties. Work.
So Bam's making the outfit for you.
Imagine this is what I
Four
wear.
titties.
Oh, I love
That'd be
it.
sick, yeah.
I love that movie.
It
The
was
substance,
great.
The Substance brought me back to life. I love that all these older actresses who were in it from the very start are getting their flowers now. Like,
Right.
getting more. I mean, we got Pamela Anderson,
Yes.
Angelina Jolie. With that movie that she came out with, she didn't get all the flowers, but they brought her back into the limelight, which she took a little step away from. So I'm just like, those are my girls.
I've loved Demi since St. Elmo's Fire when she tried to kill herself by being cold.
Well, remember all
Relatable.
that stuff that she's done, like striptease, even though it wasn't like
Yeah, oh my god,
Like-
that dance!
like
Yes.
Oh, he looks so good!
Ghosts.
Yes.
Ghost.
That movie makes me cry every time I watch it. It's fucking so
Hello,
good.
Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle.
Hello!
Hey,
she was
Her
that-
in that bikini,
Oh.
with the straight
She
bust
looks,
down.
she looks so good.
Yeah.
I love Debbie
Me
Why
too.
be an angel when I can play God?
She really ate. She created the bust down. Like Demi Moore is the originator of the bust down.
Right.
before the end. She, like,
Right!
oh gosh,
Ah.
she's so hot.
She looks so good. I like
She looks so
acknowledging like fucking aesthetics, whatever.
Yes, exactly. I will say,
we are recording. Great.
Wicked was that girl for me. I would love to see
I mean, Wicked needs to win costuming, score,
makeup.
possibly direction, makeup, and hair.
Did you watch the actual musical, not just the movie?
Okay, yes, and it was the
Okay.
first musical I saw, like actually saw on stage in San Antonio, Texas, and I was a senior in high school. And my boyfriend at the time bought me like a sweatshirt, and I was like, oh my god, I'm excited. Because you know, like for theater queers, like Wicked was that show.
Yes.
It was like, oh my god, like it was like that and like Legally Blonde the musical because they showed it on MTV. You know, and so I remember watching that and like, oh my gosh, but the movie I actually saw with Jake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we both cried like multiple times.
But I'm just like, I'm excited for part 2 because I know a lot
Oh.
of people do not know what happens, and part 2 is gonna have you all like speechless.
So Barbara Please and I went to see it at the Pantages when it was here like last month.
Barbara, please.
Yeah.
Barbara, please.
Barbara Please!
Barbara, please.
And her,
Barbara!
she
Please.
doesn't live too far. She can probably hear us.
Oh, we're just like the fuck.
She's like, she also.
She's
knows-
getting
like,
ready
what's
for
up?
Homo Mega.
Yeah.
She's like,
She's like, wait, I heard someone.
like that girl with
Let's
the
call her.
earthquake,
Let's
like
call
doing
FaceTime
it.
her. Like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh
Right.
god.
But should we
honestly.
FaceTime?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's face him.
Let's see. Are we gonna do a face? Will she answer?
Oh my
That's gonna be a
god.
part of your segment. Let's
Yes.
FaceTime.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do this every single episode. We're gonna call stuff.
We're
Is the thing's banging?
Yeah, I think. Let's see if she picks up. Will she pick up? You didn't pick up! Yes! We're going to FaceTime live! She's like, shoot.
Yes! Yes!
Alright, bye! We were just talking about you.
Love you.
Oh my god, that was fucking
I don't know
perfect.
where she was. She probably
That's
was
just I think.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's where I was gonna be. Was that Alize?
It might have been.
behind her.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Fuck yeah.
She said, "Shout out to local girl pod."
Was she picked up?
Yes. I want to say this though. If you had the opportunity to give anyone in the scene flowers today, who would that be?
You.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like, no, I don't know you as well as I can or could. But just you having me here means a lot to me. I know I don't know if you understand, because like I said, I've never been on a podcast, and this was the first time. And the fact that both of you would have asked me to do this means a lot. Because sometimes I'm just like, I honestly feel overlooked and underestimated. Like, I did things before people did it. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I did this before you did it. That's not my intention right now.
Yeah.
I just want to remind you guys that someone else did it before you. Someone else is going to do it after you. So you're not going to be the first one to ever do something.
No, I
we're
love you
not-
too. Love the jokes about you inventing everything.
It is a joke.
I love it.
It is a
love
joke
it.
because it's funny to
No,
me.
I know.
No, it's funny.
I
to
think
me,
it's hilarious.
But people who don't know me think that I'm being serious, and they're like, they look at me weird. I'm like, you don't know that this is a joke. You don't
Right.
understand that I'm in on the
No,
joke.
Marta
exactly.
Beatchu, inventor of podcast.
I'm like,
Well, and okay, and I will say, when you did that story about the money clap,
Oh my
you did
god.
the story on the money clap.
I don't even
Did-
have any dollars.
Did we or did we not see an increase
Every
of
fucking
the money
joke.
clap? Everyone does
Everyone
it now.
fucking
Everyone
does
does
the
it. No,
money
I'm not
clap.
even joking. Like I feel like I see it every.
I saw it. I saw is it Gabriel? I've seen Go-Go Boys doing
No,
it.
it's the thing now.
but the funny thing about the money
Yeah.
clap is that every time
Yes.
I'm at a show, someone does it, everyone looks at me.
Like, shout out to Beatchu Mondays. I feel like every bitch.
every routine, like
Literally,
6 in a row.
yes.
That
The
is
money
crazy
clap.
to me, and like instead I'm laughing like, oh my god.
And then that Thursday I brought WeHo.
I'm like, this is so funny. I was like, that was like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like you said, I think people just get bored sometimes.
Yes. I'm so grateful that we had you, honestly.
Same. Thanks
This
for
is
doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate, like I said, it means a lot to me.
I think this
I don't-
fucking podcast is about us.
I don't think you understand that, like, this is what it takes to do something. And you have to actually do it. Whether you learn from trial and error, or it's trial and error. That's how I did my drag, and I still like to change it up. And I still like to practice new things and new stuff. Because I don't want to stay like ever. That's my fear. My fear is to stay the same that I was when I first started drag and not have grown. People just like to stay with comfortability, and that's fine, but you have to grow. You have to grow in order to
always
stay.
changing.
You have to change. You have to change with the times, whether you like it or not. Because people are comfortable.
We're so we are.
Well, that's changing.
This one.
I know, I love him though. Thank you, Marta, for coming.
Thank you
Of
for
course,
having
anytime.
me.
We'd love to have you back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just make studios.
So that's our show. I had fun.
Be sure to follow Local Girl Pod on all social platforms, as well as Gia the Diva at Gia Giselle on Insta and also TikTok. That's also my Cash App, the Gia Giselle, if you want to send me $1. And follow Jake the Snake with 3 A's.
You can follow, Jake the Snake with 3 A's on Instagram, 3 A's full underscore at the end on TikTok.
You can find me at MARTA Beatchu. MARTA on Instagram, TikTok, Venmo, X. Yeah. All the people.
So until we meet again, divas, support local drag, tip your go-go's, and check on your girls. This has been Local Girl Pod.
Yes.
Oh wow.